Interview with product designer Chirag Thapa, host Swapno Shrestha, team.
Okay, so thank you for taking the time to meet us today. We are looking forward to learning more about your experience and insights in UI/UX field. So let's get started. Could you please describe what a typical day in your role looks like? So I, as a product designer, what I do is we have a meeting at earliest of our office time. And after we have a meeting, at that meeting, we discuss about how we are going to design a new product, what are the problems that we are solving, and what are the solutions that we're presenting to the end users. So after that, what we do is we try to make some design. We try to have some ideas over our table. We brainstorm on those ideas and we try to make a prototype by the end of the day. And if we are able to create a prototype, we try to implement that prototype to our system and we do a user testing with that. And after that, after the testing, we will generate a report that will be talking about, that will be listed about how our user has created our solution that we have presented. And after that, it's in my day. By the end of the day, we just present the report. We make a report with the user test, and we present that report to another meeting, which is after that two more meetings are there. Okay, what an interesting day. So I'd like to ask, what do you enjoy about your job the most? So talking about that, the most enjoyable thing is that we get to talk about our users, how they feel, or what are the problems, or what are the pain points that we are actually solving, and how we are uplifting their workflow to a better insight. So that's I think, the most enjoyable part of my professional life. Okay, so talking about enjoyment, do you find the job challenging as well? Yeah, it's challenging in a sense that we need to understand a lot of things about our users, and as a product designer, I need to work a lot on a different kind of product. There is a plethora of products that I need to be in, and all I need to design them with a unique individual prospect. So so working on different perspective, analyzing the product in placing myself in different scenarios. That's a very challenging things to do. And by the end of the day, somehow it drain you a lot of energy. So that's something you need to be ready. That's a challenging part of my profession, actually. Okay, so you need a lot of communication in this job. So how would you describe the corporate culture at your organization? So, as a being a tech, I'm leading a design department or user experience department in a technology department, technology company. So basically, it's our company works on healthcare. So working in this, the corporate culture is all about having how we just focus on how we deliver our product, how the product are performing. So the corporate culture is not about like any other formal corporate thing. We have very informal working hours. We have flexible working hours. We have flexible working time. Like we can work from our home. We can take a week-long vacation and we can work remotely. So that's kind of stuff. So it's very flexible culture over there, where we are motivated to share our things. We're motivated to share what problems that we actually thrive, and what are the problems that are causing us a roadblock to our product. And so it's a very fun, cooperative, cohesive corporate culture. Okay, that's very interesting. So how did you get into this field actually? So actually, I love doing arts. My parents are from artistic background. My mother introduced me calligraphy, the way we write. It's in Devanagari as well as alphabet in that we use as a Latin. So I was very key interested on how the stroke worked, how the design matters, and how the colors are important to our life. So with that philosophy, with that upbringing, I was very lean towards designing. I was very lean towards some so-called creative works. So that was my stepping stone. And after that, I started to have a very good understanding of how people perceive the technology. Then I started my career as a user. Actually, I started my career as a graphic designer. Then I moved to the user experience field where I got a degree on technology, on internet information technology, and I got a degree on software engineering. So with that, I get to know about how the user perceive our product and how we can design our product. So that's my career path, actually. Okay, that's very inspiring. So I'd like to ask, where do you find the inspiration to pursue this career? So inspiration is the main driving factor for me is actually that we have a lot of technology that can solve a lot of problems in our life. But the problem is that people are not able to perceive those kind of technology to their daily lives. So, for example, we have smartphones in our pocket. We have all the apps that we can use. For example, we have calendar, but we never schedule our time. We never plan for our days for a week ahead, so that we can have a very balanced professional life, work-life balance. So those kind of things need to be perceived by a normal user. So the my driving factor is that I need to design some product, some services that is very useful to a normal product and a normal person, so they can perceive that technology, that problem solving methodology to their daily life. So that's my biggest inspiration for designing everything. Okay, that's very interesting to me. So with the rise of AI, how do you keep your knowledge and skill keep to up to date? So you were talking about how I keep up to the trend. Okay. So the everything revolves around society. So how we can say that every culture, every people, every person in our society evolves with the time. So we need to upgrade our products and the services so that those changing persons, society can accept our product. So to compete with that trend, what I do actually is I observe how people are using social media, how people are using their phone, how people are using internet, how they are communicating, what are they transforming. Okay, so for instance, my younger siblings, they are communicating through a game platform. So they are keen to play PUBG. And there is in that PUBG that there is four people can connect in a game and they can have a conversation in that game. So it has become another social connection platform that for them. So a game can be a social platform where you can interact with your friends, where you can chill, where you can play. So I think the technology also transformed with needs to transform with all those people. So with that you have mentioned that AI. So what artificial intelligence is capable of doing is very interesting. Like we can now create a lot of artworks with the use of some AI modules, and that is actually having a very interesting perspective to us how we're using how we're designing. Like I use AI on asking the question that I have that question to have a solution that hasn't been a roadblock to me. So like so act like this. So what I do with the ChatGPT is act like someone like this. So I'm planning to design software, or I'm going to design a product like this. So what are the pain points that you think, or I prompt this kind of input to ChatGPT, and I can get a lot of problems that they might be facing, and they even can the chat module can even prompt me the solution. So I just try to integrate, I try to observe, I try to see how the people are using the technology. So that's how I keep up with the trend. Okay, so If I were to become a product manager or a UX designer, what skill, education, or experience do employers look for this field?
So first of all, you need to be a very good observer. Like you need to be able to observe how people are interacting with the devices, interacting with the object, interacting with uh, the, um, the solution that you have designed. There are a lot of solutions that are presented. So what are their background from? What is their culture from? And how they are how they are schooled, what's their background. So you need to understand and observe your users. Okay, that's the first point. Second is I try to understand all the crafts and principles because everything we design it's a problem solving solutions. So it's a solution to a problem. So we need to design it. So we need to engineer it. So always these rules. Some there are geometry, there are symmetry that need to be fulfilled. So these things need to be fulfilled. So there are two aspects. First, be a very good observer. Second, a very good engineer. So you need to understand all those principles, understand all those principles, all those geometry, all those symmetries. That's it.
Okay, so talking about it, you said you had a degree in technology. So what experience or training is required for this position that you are currently in?
I am the product head, or you can say a product designer. So for this, I think you need to have a better understanding of technology. It's not limited to some kind of degree that you get, and it's not limited to an academic qualification. It's about your skill, how you use, how you have a problem solving skills. So basically, what I do is I'll just try to say that anyone can be a product designer, anybody can be a UX designer. But the thing is, they need to be a very good observer. If they are a good observer, if they are a good problem solver, they can be a very good UX engineer. But to be in a corporate field, to work on those hierarchy, to make a place on those hierarchy, you basically need some degree on technology, maybe anything like you can have a degree on software engineering or any engineering field, so that you can develop your problem solving skill with your engineering degree, and you become a very keen observer. Maybe try to understand how the society is moving, about all those non-technical aspects of the society. So the combination of these two will be great for an UX designer or maybe a product manager.
Okay, that's really excellent. So how would a second year student like us would prepare a career in this field? Right.
So as a second year student, what I suggest is try to replicate, try to copy. So there's a lot of tools that you can use and a lot of sites where you can have a very good portfolio. Try to create a case study. Okay, so what you do is these are the problems that this app is going to solve, and these are the solutions that they have argued. And for this, they have designed this kind of products or this kind of workflow in the system. So what you do is try to replicate those kind of thing by yourself, or try to just copy it. Why they are using this kind of thing? Okay, so why their button, or why the color cycle is this? Why the color cycle is warm? Why they are using some funky colors, fun colors? So try to understand why they are using this kind of thing. So when you understand those kind of, when you start to answer your why questions, you will have a better understanding of the craft, of the engineering that lies behind it. So after that, you can, I think, with other thing that you study in your academic progress, as your academic classes progresses, that will help you better understand. Okay, so these are the thing that's why they have used this, and I'm going to implement this in my academic progress. So what you do is you try to create a case study. Why they are using this? What are the problems they are solving? Why they are arguing this kind of solution to this problem? That will be a very great help for you as a second year student.
Okay, so let's talk about encoding. There's a thing called tutorial.
Yeah.
So you said copying. So will that affect the creativity of a person?
No. First, you need to, the great minds actually do, before you start to break the rules, they're saying that you need to understand the rule, learn the rule first. So what you need to do is you need to copy the greatness. Like if you want to write a novel or a poem, you need to copy the Shakespeare. You need to get inspired by Shakespeare. How he puts all those things in a narration, right? So try to understand what they are doing over there. Not just directly copying it, but try to understand why they are doing this. So that will be much help for it, because when you start to make all those understanding, when you start to do understand those understanding, you will have a better understanding with yourself, and you can have your own principles, own design skills, and own understanding of your product. I would strongly suggest that starting phase is to copy.
Okay. Okay, firstly, you said you were from a graphic design background.
Yes.
So what are related fields to explore if the job opportunities are limited in this field?
Okay, so any kind of skill will help you in as a product designer. Okay, so you have something, you have a very keen understanding maybe in literature. Okay, so you can have a very better understanding of how people will decode your words that you use in UX, like in the either messages that you write. Okay, so that's also anything, like you are from a artistic background, it will help you to understand all those psychology of colors, how people perceive those colors, how people will use it, how the light will change your application perspective, right? So any skills that you gain throughout your career, it will help you towards creating it or push you towards this position, because it's a very interesting field. It's totally related towards an individual, because we always design humans. We put our user at the center and we design around that. But that's why to understand a human, you need to have a lot of skills over there. So any skill that you gain throughout your career or your exploration, that will help. Anything, like you know how to write, it will help. You know how to cook, it will help. And you know how to ride a bicycle, it will help you. Anything, any skill you get, it will help.
Okay, that's very interesting. If I were a UX designer, so what are the best ways to learn about job openings in this field?
So there are a lot of companies that hires as a product designer. So we call it whatever we call UX or whatever we call it. So it's a product designer. Actually, they need to design a product. It may be a service or whatever it is. So for that, what we need to do is the best is for context in Nepal. In context of Nepal, LinkedIn is very best option. And what you can do is you can send your CV at their HR email anytime you like. And what you do is you send a case study with them. Like you create your portfolio. Like you start to design some random apps, some random services, some random products that solve the random solution. Okay, so you create a portfolio of it, maybe of 3 to 4 different types of it. Like you create an app on a healthcare industry, for a healthcare industry, for daily uses, for fitness, or whatever you want. Then what you do is you just make a portfolio, make case study, and send it to the email of HR. And usually they have a generic email, HR at the rate some on and so on. Send it to the HR. Send a CV, send a portfolio, because CV doesn't matter, because I already told you that any thing will help you. So you can be a student of non-technical field, and you can be a very good UX designer. So try to send your portfolio that contains the problems and the solution that you argue that this problem will be mitigated with this kind of solution. And what you do is you make those design, and if possible, try to send them some links that have a prototype of your system. Maybe then you have a lot of prototyping and tools now. You can send the public link or to that. So that will be have a better understanding, and their design team, the product development team, will be happy to have. So best is go for a LinkedIn, because it's a very good resource that you can have the vacancy, you can know about the position that they are trying to fulfill, and try to send their CV and your portfolio to edge.
Previously, you said you use AI products like ChatGPT for prompt. How do you see this industry change in this next 5 years? And do you see the rise of AI? There are tools like DALL-E 3 which give you image from a prompt.
So the thing is, the AI is inevitable. It's going to evolve. Every time we prompt them a lot of data, they will learn it, and they will have a better understanding of our world. So down the 5 years, there will be a lot of AIs. I don't know if it will going to totally replace all this product design, but the thing is, understanding a human is a very complex thing to me. So because every person is unique, they have a unique set of skills, they have a unique way of understanding because of their upbringing, their schooling, and their the society they are grown up into. So what I think is, AI will be a very good aid to us, like to the profession that we are in, but it is not going to replace us. But the thing is, we need to be very good at using it. It's a very good assistant, and we need to use it in a right way. So in 5 years down the road, the AI will be much better than now. It will have maybe a new dimension of understanding of this world that we might not understand as well. But the thing is, it is always be an assistant to our profession, because understanding a human being is a very complex thing, and even every person, every psychologist or every product designer cannot totally understand their end users. That's the biggest challenge to AI to overcome.
That is like a really interesting point. Okay, so speaking in context of our country, what is the prospect and scope of this career in this field that you're in?
So it's a very interesting field. Like I consider Nepal, if we are talking in the context of this Nepal. So I take Nepal as a testing field. We can test a lot of things here. We can innovate here because everything is new here. So what we can do is we need to think about the global aspect of the product that we are developing. Okay, so for instance, how company designed healthcare in context of Nepal. So we test here, we design here, we develop here, and what we try to do is we trying to sell our product to other countries which have similar kind of healthcare system. For example, all the South Asian countries, even including African countries, Eastern Europe, because the healthcare system that we have and they have are very similar to the South American countries as well as. So what we are trying to do is, in context of Nepal, it's very interesting because the thing is, everything is a trend to us, a new thing to us. So what we can do is, it's a very interesting place to work. It's a very good place to experiment, but we need to think about all the global possibility, how product we are going to design, on what we carry as a skill need to be a globalized skill. Like staying in Nepal, you can have all the remote works for other countries. So that will make a better understanding for a global concept, and you can experiment in local context. That's my view on Nepal. If I have a good answer to it, that is a really good answer.
How do you see yourself in the future in this career? Let's say like for 10 years from now or 15 years from now, do you see yourself as a product head?
I don't know because I might retire as well. And that's aspect of one aspect of me. I can move to any other part or any other career path. I am interested to. But down the field, like every day is a problem solving for me. Every day we solve a problem in our country or in our company, and that's a very interesting thing too, and that keeps me motivated. So I might not be in this profession, but I will be in a path or in something else that will be solving problems. I might not be a product design, but I may be in something else that always will be solving the problem. So I think whatever I do, it will be around, there will be a problem and I will solve that problem. So that's my career path. I don't know. I say.
Talking about this career, could you share a personal achievement in your career that you are really proud of?
Yeah, sure. It's a biggest achievement of our team as a board. What we did is we designed a product. There is a problem that the healthcare industry is not using that kind of product at all in context. There used to be a product, but it takes a lot of times to complete a product a solution that they have derived. So what we were able to do is we are able to decrease the time that the users spend in that product. Okay, so there used to be a problem. It takes almost 15 minutes to complete. What we are able to do is we design a system that is able to do that same solution within 5 minutes. So we are able to almost decrease the 2/3 of that. We increase the efficiency by 2/3. So that's our achievement, biggest achievement. And with that, our product is one of the hit products. The people are using it. So I kind of share the problem, but it's a very big achievement to us because we are able to decrease the time that it is to take. And with a better understanding of user, we have designed that system like that it is very useful to use it and user used to love it. And our training time is also less than 5 minutes. Okay, the user can just sign in and they can use it right through it without having even a proper training to it. That's our biggest achievement.
It looks like a really big achievement. So what suggestion or advice do you have for maybe a 20 years old that are trying to come in this field?
Explore, observe, and implement. These are the three things that I would like to say. Explore whatever you can explore. You can explore, you can travel. You can explore the bit on, you can explore all the society that we have in Nepal, all the culture. You will have a better understanding of how people perceive. Like, as we are talking, we have our own favorite colors, right? But that is heavily influenced by who we are, how we are schooled, right? If you are into heavy rock or hard rock music, you are mean to those kind of stuff. Like, right, you might have a favorite color that is related to rock, hard rock. Maybe it may be a darker color or anything else. And if you are influenced, and if you are into all those spiritual things, you might have yellow as your favorite color, right? So explore first and observe how people do that, how the same problem is solved in regards to those individuals. You try to give them a problem and try to see how they try to solve it. and on the implement. Use those understanding, those exploration to your work. Just implement, try to implement those kind of stuff. And these three things: explore whatever you want, observe whatever you want, and try to implement the learnings, the outcome from those two activities. That's it.
So thank you so much for answering my question. Like, your insights has been incredible value. I've learned many things about you in this field. I appreciate you taking the time to share your experience with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.